Sincere efforts do not go unnoticed in the eyes of Allah. He is the one who knows the deep desires of our hearts, and at His chosen time, He reveals to us the long-awaited blessing. This divine moment, this sign, is not just an act of luck or chance, but a manifestation of divine wisdom, of an immeasurable love that guides us towards what is destined for us. When that moment comes, when the revelation comes, you are like a bird that finally spreads its wings after waiting patiently in the nest. You are ready to fly, to soar, and to share your journey with the one who has been chosen to walk alongside you. It is a moment of divine recognition, a confirmation that divine love is still there, guiding your steps, lighting your path. Each encounter, each sign, each moment of silence in your quest is a step towards the revelation of what you are waiting for. Never forget that the path to your soulmate is paved with patience and faith. Allah always answers our prayers, even in times of doubt. When the divine sign manifests, you will know, deep within your being, that everything you have been through has prepared you for this very moment. Stay open, keep believing, and let divine wisdom guide you. If this video touched your heart, don't forget to share this light with those who need it. May the peace and love of Allah be with you on this sacred path. Welcome to this unique spiritual journey, where every word resonates like an echo from your soul. Today, we are going to explore together the mysteries of the divine encounter, the one that links you to your soulmate. Perhaps you have already felt this subtle call, this inner whisper that guides you towards someone. But how can you recognize the signs of Allah in this sacred quest? In this video, we dive into the depths of faith, patience, and trust to discover how divine revelations shape our destinies. If you are ready to open your heart and listen to the call of your soul, as this video is for you. 1. The secret call of the soul, the divine breath. In this life, each individual carries within them a deep quest, that of discovering their soulmate. A traveling companion who shares the same values, the same dreams, a being who echoes the most intimate desires of the heart. This quest, although joyful, can also be marked by periods of doubt and loneliness. But in reality, every heart knows, deep down, that this person exists somewhere. A mysterious, almost imperceptible whisper seems to guide us, reassure us. This whisper tells us you are destined to meet someone. This whisper is not a simple desire, but a sign from Allah, a divine breath that travels through the soul. It's a subtle sign, an invitation to pay attention to what's around us. Often, the signs of Allah are so delicate that they go unnoticed, drowned out in the tumult of daily concerns. But when we stop, when we listen to the silence of our soul, we discover that the signs are everywhere. Imagine yourself in a moment of deep meditation, where your thoughts calm down and you are fully present with yourself. It is in this inner silence that truths begin to emerge. In this calm, you might feel a special warmth in your chest, a calming that comes over you and makes you feel like something precious is waiting for you. It's not a coincidence. It's not a simple dream. It's your soul's calling. An invisible but deeply felt connection. These signs can take different forms. Sometimes they are recurring thoughts, an unexpected encounter, or a simple event that seems insignificant, but remains etched in your memory. These little touches of divinity, these imperceptible gestures, are reminders that you are not alone in this quest. Allah is with you, every step of the way. Inspiring story. Let's take the example of a young man, a sincere believer, who was going through a difficult time in his life. His days were marked by loneliness and uncertainty. One day, while he was praying in the mosque, a feeling of deep peace came over his heart. It was no ordinary peace, but one that went beyond the mind, touching every fiber of his being. It was as if the entire universe, in its majestic silence, was whispering to him that a change was coming. He didn't know when or how, but deep in his soul, he knew he would meet the one Allah had destined for him. It was not a simple hope, but a profound certainty. It was a sign, a divine call, a confirmation that Allah was guiding his steps towards this meeting. Verse from the Quran: "And those who believe, and whose hearts are at ease when they remember Allah, know that truly, by the remembrance of Allah, their hearts become at peace." Quran 13:28. The words of the Quran resonate here with an incontestable truth. Tranquility, inner peace, is born in the evocation of Allah. It is in this spiritual connection that you will find the answers you seek. The signs of your soulmate are not always visible to the naked eye, but in the moments when you surrender to meditation and prayer, you are enveloped by a divine presence that guides you. When you feel this inner peace, understand that you are in a state of receptivity. This is where the signs of Allah manifest in subtle but powerful ways. You might feel what seems like a sudden certainty that the person you are waiting for is near, that the moment has arrived. These impressions are not coincidences. They are part of the divine plan, an answer to your prayers and your faith. The heart, when purified by faith and prayer, becomes receptive to these divine signs. It is easy, in the frenzy of the modern world, to lose sight of these signs. But silence is your ally. When you silence external distractions, it is in this tranquility that you will hear not only the call of your soulmate, but also the divine call that invites you to walk in the light of faith. A soulmate is not just a physical meeting, but a spiritual meeting, a deep bond between two souls that God woven together before they were even born. This goes beyond earthly love. It is a sacred love, destined to grow and evolve over time, guided by the hand of Allah. So when you feel this whisper in your heart, when you feel this peace invade your being, do not doubt. These are signs from Allah which prepare you to meet the one you have always waited for. And when the time comes, you'll know it wasn't just a coincidence. It was the secret call of the soul, a divine breath, Allah's plan to bring you closer to what is destined for you. 2. Your soul's echo, the signs that resonate. In this life, there are times when the veil of appearance is lifted, and what seem to be ordinary events become a divine message, a sacred sign sent from Allah. Signs of our soulmate don't always appear in a brilliant burst, like shooting stars in the night. Sometimes they appear as a simple echo in the depths of our being, like a shiver that passes through our skin, a furtive glance exchanged with a stranger, or an inexplicable sensation of déjà vu. These signs don't shout, they whisper. They do not force your attention, but they capture it subtly, in the moment when you are receptive. These are fleeting moments when the universe seems to sneak into your life, like a gentle breath that tells you that you are not alone on your journey, that someone else is out there, somewhere, waiting to connect with you. If you've ever felt those strange moments when everything seems to line up perfectly, you've touched the true essence of destiny. These signs are not coincidences, but divine messengers sent by Allah. In every encounter, in every word exchanged, in every thought whispered to the universe, there is a breath of Allah, a clue that you are on the path that leads you to your soulmate. Inspiring story. A woman, after years of solitude and questioning, found herself in a cafe, far from her home. She was sipping her coffee in a quiet corner when a man, a complete stranger, approached her and asked a simple but powerful question. "Do you believe in destiny?" She smiled, a smile that, in that moment, was not simply a smile of politeness, but a smile of recognition. She answered in the affirmative, and this question sparked a conversation that became deeper and deeper. Over the months, this man became her husband. When the woman remembered this moment, she realized that it was not just a random encounter. This moment was not a coincidence. It was a divine sign sent by Allah to guide her on her path, a sign that her soulmate was near. The echo of this question, "Do you believe in destiny?" still resonated in her heart, and she understood that this moment had been a step towards the fulfillment of her destiny. Verse from the Quran, and say, "O Allah, Master of kingdoms, you give kingdom to whomever you wish, and you take kingdom from whomever you wish. You give strength to whomever you wish, and you make weak whomever you wish." Quran 3:26. This verse from the Quran reminds us that everything in the universe is in the hands of Allah. He is the master of the realms, the one who decides when and how events will unfold. Everything we experience, every encounter, every conversation, every moment of doubt or certainty is part of His perfect plan. We may sometimes be tempted to think that our choices are ours alone, but in truth, we are guided by the divine hand every step of the way. During these moments of meeting, when a look meets yours unexpectedly or a word resonates in your heart more meaningfully than usual, remember that these are signs. It's no accident that you found yourself there in the right place at the right time. It is an echo, a sign from Allah, which guides you gently but with certainty towards your destiny. We must pay attention to these subtle signs. Every little coincidence, every detail that we perceive as insignificant could actually be a divine message. Allah, in His infinite wisdom, speaks to us through whispers, shivers, dreams, thoughts. If we have an open soul, if we pay attention to these signs, they will guide us towards what we are looking for, towards this sacred encounter with our soulmate. In this spiritual journey, listening to these echoes becomes essential. It's not just about passively waiting, but actively responding to Allah's signs, being present in every moment and knowing how to see beyond the surface. Because what you think is a simple moment could be the moment when Allah, through His infinite wisdom, shows you the way to your soulmate. Signs, even the most subtle, are proof of the divine plan unfolding around you. If you listen to your heart and pay attention to the whispers of your soul, you will discover that you are already on the journey. And every encounter, every word, every look exchanged is part of this great puzzle, a divine work that only Allah can understand in all His majesty. 3. Divine love that orients. Signs in faith. In the silence of our prayers, in the serenity of our invocations, Allah sends us signs of love, guidance, and light. Faith, if it is sincere, is more than a simple practice. It becomes an open door to the reception of divine blessings, a channel through which the signs of Allah are clearly manifested. When we place all our trust in Him, even without seeing the answer immediately, we experience infinite guidance. Sometimes we feel like we are walking in darkness, searching for our soulmate. But Allah, in His mercy, lights our path through faith. When you pray with a pure heart, sincerely, begging to meet the one who will complete your soul, know that your prayers never fall into oblivion. Allah hears every supplication, every request made in faith, and He always responds in a way that is beyond our human understanding. Divine love is not just a feeling or a desire. He is a force that directs our lives, that guides us toward the moments and people we need to encounter to evolve spiritually. Your soul, in its deepest essence, knows what it is looking for. And sometimes, on this journey of searching for love, it is not just another person we seek, but also a more intimate closeness with Allah. Inspiring story. A man, believing but desperate by his repeated failures in love, found himself one evening in the solitude of his room, overwhelmed by sadness and regrets. He turned his heart towards Allah with sincere supplication. He asked Allah to send him a person who would match his values, his beliefs, and his worldview, someone with whom he could share his faith and build a love based on piety. Days passed without an answer coming, and the man wondered if his prayer had been heard. But then, in a trivial event, a moment when he expected nothing, he met a person who shared the same spiritual aspirations, who worshipped Allah in the same way, and who aspired to a life full of devotion. This moment was more than a simple encounter. It was a divine response, a clear sign from Allah that He had heard the supplication of His servant. The man then understood that the answer to his prayer had always been there, but it took time for destiny to manifest itself through divine will. A verse from the Quran: "And those who believe and whose hearts find peace, in the remembrance of Allah there is no peace except in the remembrance of Allah." Quran 13:28. This verse recalls a profound truth. It is in the evocation of Allah in our prayer that we truly find inner peace. This tranquility is a sign that we are on the right path, that our heart is aligned with divine will. When our heart calms, it is often a sign that divine guidance is already guiding us. It is not only a feeling of inner peace, but also a hint that what we have asked from Allah is manifesting. It is essential to understand that faith is not simply a prayer that expects an immediate answer. It is a practice of patience, trust, and acceptance. Allah knows what is best for us, and sometimes what we ask for in our prayers comes true in an unexpected but perfect way. This is how divine guidance manifests itself through signs in our lives, and how true love is revealed when we have faith in the wisdom of Allah. This path of faith, where the signs of Allah are revealed as our devotion progresses, is a sacred experience. The tranquility of the soul that we feel in prayer is the same tranquility that guides our encounters and our paths in life. Every moment of doubt, every moment of uncertainty, finds its answer in faith. The signs we seek in our quest for a mate are never far away. They are present at every moment, in every prayer, in every sincere invocation. So when you pray for a soulmate, know that these prayers are never in vain. Allah hears every word, every request, and responds in a way that draws us closer to Him and guides us to what we seek. Divine love is not only manifested in human encounters, but also in the peace we feel within ourselves when we place our trust in Allah. 4. The path of patience, accepting the signs. Patience, in the spiritual journey, is often more than a simple virtue. It is the very essence of faith. In our quest for a soulmate, sometimes the signs appear, but we are hesitant to accept them. The heart sometimes doubts. He asks questions, worries about the results, and wonders if what he feels is truly a divine sign or simply an illusion. And therein lies the beauty of the spiritual path. In patience, we learn to trust in the infinite wisdom of Allah. The path to meeting our soulmate is not always immediate, and sometimes it seems strewn with pitfalls. There are times when one feels a deep calling, but things don't seem to go as planned. This is where faith and patience come into play. If you find yourself in a period of doubt or waiting, know that this period is not in vain. Allah knows what is best for you, and He is preparing you for the time when you are truly ready. Patience is an act of faith in itself. It is in waiting that the soul is transformed. It is in the silence of the days that pass that we draw closer to divine love.
Each moment of waiting is an opportunity for the soul to purify itself, to prepare to receive the good that Allah has in store for you. Patience is not simply an exercise of time. It is a way of getting closer to Allah and understanding that everything that happens has a divine reason.
Inspiring story. A young woman, carrying in her heart the desire to unite her life with a faithful companion, had been waiting patiently for several years. She prayed sincerely, hoping to meet a man who shared her values, her faith, and her desire to live a life of devotion. The years passed, and despite her deep desire, she had yet to find that person. One day, as she sat alone, deep in thought, she realized that this waiting, although sometimes difficult, had made her spiritually stronger. She had learned to know herself, to deepen her relationship with Allah, and to appreciate the beauty of solitude. This waiting time was not wasted time, but a divine preparation for the person she was about to meet. She was now ready, not only to meet her soulmate, but to welcome him into the pure and sacred love that she had cultivated. This moment of reflection was a real awakening for her. The wait was not a punishment, but a blessing in disguise, a preparation to receive what was intended for her. She accepted Allah's signs, not as immediate promises, but as testimonies of His infinite wisdom. Verse from the Quran: O you who believe, be patient, compete in patience, be steadfast, and fear Allah, that you may succeed. Quran 3:200. This verse reminds us of the importance of patience, not only in times of waiting, but in every aspect of our lives. Patience is not a simple virtue. It is a key that opens the door to divine success. By being patient, accepting Allah's signs, and persevering in our faith, we prepare ourselves to receive the blessings destined for us. Each trial we go through, each moment of waiting, is a step in our spiritual growth. And through this patience, we discover the profound wisdom of Allah. Sometimes the answers come more slowly, but they come with a strength and clarity that cannot be compared to any other experience. When the time is right, Allah guides us to the person who has been chosen for us, and our heart, matured by patience, is ready to fully welcome Him. Patience in this spiritual path becomes an act of deep faith. It is absolute trust in divine wisdom, the certainty that what is to come is much greater and more beautiful than we could imagine. And in this waiting, every moment is a prayer, every thought is a meditation, and every breath is an invitation to divine blessing. 5. The divine moment, the revelation. There are moments in life that seem suspended in time, moments where everything synchronizes perfectly, where every breath, every heartbeat resonates like a divine melody. The sign you've been waiting for so long finally manifests itself, like a shooting star breaking through the dark night, bringing with it the light of a hidden truth. It's a meeting, but not just any meeting. It is a sacred moment, a divine moment, where two souls recognize each other and join in a cosmic dance orchestrated by Allah. This is not a simple coincidence. It's a revelation. This time is coming for those who have believed, for those who have been patient and waiting in faith. You feel a deep peace, an unshakable certainty in your heart, as if the whole universe is telling you, it's here, it's now, it's the two of you. Uncertainties fade, doubts vanish, and a deep tranquility comes over you, because you know that this moment is a gift from Allah, a blessing bestowed on those who have persevered in waiting. You are now in the sacred moment, the moment of revelation. You no longer need to search, because what you have searched for so long is before you. There is no more room for doubt. This meeting is tangible proof that your prayers have been heard, that your efforts and your faith have found their answer in the very fabric of destiny. Inspiring story. A man, after years of solitude, quest and prayer, finally found himself face to face with the woman he had always imagined. But this meeting was not a simple chance, nor a coincidence. He had prayed, with sincere faith, that Allah would open him to the possibility of meeting the one who would be his soulmate. His prayers, his hopes, and his dreams had now come true. Their meeting was gentle, spontaneous, and yet there was a silent certainty. They looked at each other, and in that moment, their hearts recognized each other. It wasn't just a simple exchange of glances. It was a divine sign, an answer to a quest that had lasted years. He knew immediately, deep within his being, that this moment came from Allah. He knew that this meeting could not be the result of chance, but the result of patient faith, sincere prayer, and a love that had been forged in the silence of waiting. In this woman's eyes, he recognized not only his soulmate, but also the answer to prayers that he had forgotten in the tumult of daily life. Verse from the Quran, "And if you strive in your way, know that the reward will be great and eternal." Quran 29:69. This verse reminds us that even in times when reward seems far away,